When it comes to meditation, the question, who am I, is really the golden standard, right? It's the age-old self-inquiry which has you introspectively investigating all of the attempts that the mind will throw your way to get you to buy into some kind of a limited notion as to who and what you really are. But if you continually dismiss and disregard each of those attempts, as subtle as each one may be, you start to delve into the depths of who you really are, of your true nature. And as every label comes and goes, as every concept arises and passes, as every definition appears and disappears, what is it that you're left with? Is there anything in particular that you can pinpoint, that you can identify, which actually contains who and what you are? And even if a physical sensation arises and you think, well, I'm in the body, and you investigate that sensation and you see that it's really just a passing phenomenon, of course, no different than a thought, no different than a feeling or an emotion. But then if you take it one step further and you notice that there's even the sense of an identity or a location of an identity, which is often somewhere in the head, behind the eyes, which is actually perceiving all these different things. For example, a sensation in your arm. There's the sensation in the arm, but then there's the point in which it's being registered and perceived from. And so you can also investigate that point. Where are you located? Are you in your mind? Are you in your brain? Are you somewhere in the head? Are you actually separate from that sensation? Can you find a location as to where you reside? And if you sincerely investigate that and you honestly try to get closer and closer, triangulating even more and more precisely the exact location where you believe you're located, you will find nothing. And so, really, what are you? Who are you truly? And it becomes quite psychedelic at that point, because the sensations, the thoughts, the feelings, the appearances, the manifestations, are you separate from them? Are you actually perceiving them from a vantage point which is somewhere over here, which overlooks or looks out onto these things, or even looks inwardly into these things? Or is everything aware of itself as itself? Is there truly any separation? Sure, within experience there seems to be. I seem to have this body, and within the body there seems to be parts, and there seems to be locations within the world that I can move around in, and there seems to be times which I can experience in a linear way, moving from this space to that space through a duration of time, interacting with other bodies, experiencing the arising and passing of various phenomena and sensations and experiences. But upon honest and sincere investigation, can you actually find any separation? And if you can sincerely and even courageously remain investigative and thoroughly becoming aware of all of these things that seem to come and go, then really it all becomes very mysterious. And that's when life becomes truly magical, and you start to become childlike again, because you don't really know anything, do you? As soon as you say that something is something, that this is this and that is that, you really suck out the magic out of life, because it really is magical and mysterious that everything can be what it seems to be. And yet, it's really all perception. It's really all a play of the mind, a display of the mind. And all of it has its function. All of it has a purpose in the sense of a relative experience. But also all of that seems to go out the window when you really open up to the truth of your experience directly. I'm curious if you've had an experience like this. I would love to hear about it in the comments below, and maybe I'll share a meditation on this in the future. I am considering opening up a more intimate group, maybe even a membership on YouTube, where a group of like-minded people can come together and really explore these things together and ask questions and explore answers and just connect more. So if you're interested in something like that, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. And if you have any questions or if you have any experiences that you want to share, I would also love to hear about that. Much love to you.